Life's pretty amazing. This morning I got up and went to the gym, which 90% of the time I get my butt out of bed and I get into the gym, and did a little chest, right? So I did a little bit above average on how many sets and reps I do. Set one personal record, which try to attain every time you go to the gym. That can be difficult. I lifted a little over 35,000 total pounds, which for a muscle like chest is pretty good. But one thing I didn't do is I didn't get up that 250 on the bench press. Now, y'all save the side jokes on how strong or how weak that is, but that's not my focus, right? My focus is on what I did. And I start you out with that story because so many times I see people and the things they focus on are only the things they didn't accomplish or the things they fell short on. Where truly is your focus, right? And I think about baseball, and I love baseball. To me, it's the purest sport that we have. It's been played for over 100 and some years, and it's a phenomenal game. And the reason why I think so highly of baseball players is because they fail on average over 2/3 of the time when they're batting. But I can tell you, when you hear announcers talk, when you hear great baseball players talk, when anybody talks about the game of baseball, that focus is never on how many times they failed. And the crazy thing is, the majority of what baseball players do is failure. On the offensive side, they focus on how many times they hit or get a hit, when they get a hit. And that's what it is. Sometimes even if it's 1 for 10 and you're in a playoff game, that's the guy that gets pulled out of the dugout to go do an at-bat because he's the one that has done it better than anybody else, and he was only 1 for 10 against that pitcher. It's just a miraculous game, right? But if we, as people, could be like baseball players and focus on the things we do so well, and I guarantee you that's way more than 1/3 of our life. Instead, we focus on that minute, microscopic thing that we didn't get done today, and don't look and reflect on all the things that we have accomplished, all the things that we have accomplished in our lives, how many ever years that is you've been alive, or whatever job you're working, or the amount of people that you have come in contact with. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes that one thing is a huge setback. I got it. But it's not a defining thing. Everything else that you have done needs to be your focus. And when you can mentally prepare yourself and you can mentally tell yourself that, yep, I screwed that up, but all this other stuff is beautiful. Look what I did. You'll go beyond who you are. You'll go beyond the leader you are. And every day will be a day that you can reflect back on and say, you know what? I crushed it. Doesn't mean you were perfect, but you crushed it. You have to have that mental mindset. Where is your focus? Is your focus on the good or is it on the bad? Because wherever that focus is exactly who you're going to be. That is beyond your leadership.